Don't let somebody tell you you can't, be a ball player or an elite ball player because you're female.
And I really want to do this for myself and my family.
Our coaching philosophy is what it is, outwork everyone.
Be patient. Hey, shoot the ball, baby. Shoot the ball. Hey, these lights are not bright. You understand me?
Sir.
We are built for this.
Sir.
You understand that?
Yes, sir.
We are built different. Way to turn the lights on and way to get after it. Keep getting after it. Keep being active. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
Keep being active. Way to work. I love it. Hey, good job. Good job. I'm proud of y'all. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Way to turn up. Hey, second half not gonna be no different. All right? Second half not gonna be no different. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
We are built different.
1, 2, 3.
Everyone. Hey.
My name is Coach KC and I'm the president of O.W.E Sports. O.W.E started back in 2017. There wasn't a lot of resources for competitive sports in the area that we live in, so I decided to try to do something to try to help that. When I look for volunteers and for coaches, I seeked out fathers who also had kids that played ball. I just knew that they were involved. All of the fathers that are involved, they have integrity. They come to practice every day, get the best out of all the kids. There's no daddy ball. And these fathers are really dedicated. They deploy a lot. These kids, they lose their friends a lot to moving to new duty stations and things like that. So it's real rocky. So we have to become a family in order to look out for each other. So if a kid's father deploys to Iraq or Afghanistan, that's on us to take care of him. That's on us to make sure that he's getting what he needs that he probably wouldn't get from his father had he been here. Hey, listen, when you come out here to compete. You play at a high level as long as you're on the court. I need your energy on the bench as well to encourage your teammates, guys. All right? Always need it. Our coaching philosophy is what it is, outwork everyone. At the end of the day, it's not shoot more three-pointers than everyone, do more layups than everyone, it's outwork everyone. And you see a lot of kids, we do a lot of ball handling drills, but how often do we get an opportunity to perform those in the game? So I tell them all the time, the best player don't have to have the best offense. He can play defense and shut down the best player on our team, and then we're ineffective. So I said we got to have the outwork everyone mentality. Every time we get out on the floor, we don't quit. We fight to the end, and that's going to give us the best chance to be successful.
Defense! 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 Defense!
The outwork everyone mentality is not just for basketball. It's about life. It's about education as well. If you don't have good grades, it doesn't matter about your athletics, So we always instill that stuff in them. We always try to reward them for their success on education as well. We give them backpacks, certificates, other things we try to gift them with. And our program is not cool to not work hard in school. The same way they may think it's not cool to get in the game or whatever the case may be. It's not cool to make bad grades. It's not cool to be left out when the awards are coming. So we want to get that same mentality in school for them to work and push themselves the same way. We have a lot of players in our program that can really play at a high level. We got TJ. He just turned 14. He's an 8th grader. TJ has such a huge impact on the team. He holds kids accountable the right way. He doesn't tear them down, and he leads by example each and every day. He's always the first at practice. He'll take shots at the end of practice and continue to work. You're going to get exactly what he's been working at every single time he steps on the floor. Chris Martin, I just think that his potential is high. He just continues to grow. He continues to listen. High IQ player, plays hard, does what you ask him to do. And like some kids, we get nervous a little bit on the court, but once you get the jitters out, you see him playing defense on kids that are 3 years older than him sometimes. We ask a lot of him because of the size. Christian, he's like my godson, man. I care about him a lot. Been working with him for such a long time and trying to get the best out of him. When we got here, we used to play against him all the time, and now we all together as one big family. And that kid there, man, when he scored 36 points a couple weeks ago, just watching him do those things is like watching it translate into what his father has put in him all of these years and trying to get him to understand that it translates. And you can see that relationship like start to grow more and understand that, hey, look, Dad's right, as he always been saying.
Cook him, Cameron! Cook him! We good? Oh my God! Are you good? D up, D up, D up! D up, D up, D up!
Zaire, he's 10 years old. He's always playing with the older kids. He's just such a competitor. He competes at everything. He doesn't matter if it's a friendly. He doesn't matter if it's a scrimmage. It doesn't matter if it's practice. Like he wants to win every single time he's on the floor. And that's just his mentality. His thing is he wants to wear the other team down completely by running up and down the court. So when the second team comes on, like it makes it easier for everyone on his team. So that's his philosophy. I think he has a high ceiling because he's around the TJs, the Christians, and they're able to teach him things that help him get better. Playing in the CBL, I mean, we look forward to every weekend. CBL helps us compete at a high level. That's why we travel this far. There's a lot of big kids, a lot of aggressive and athletic kids here that can really make us compete at a high level. And just the atmosphere, the media coverage, social media. I got family back in the States and coaches back in the States, players that left here that say it's not like that where they're at, and that's a true story. So everything that we're doing here is translating because our kids are going to the States, they're playing for elite AAU teams, they're starting, they're getting ranked, they're getting MVPs at camp. The only place they ever played ball at a high level is the CBL. They've only played here. I got to give the CBL a lot of credit. Just inspiring the kids. They see themselves on social media, and they're just like very motivated every week to get better and get better and get better.
My name is TJ Green, and I play for O.W.E. I've been playing basketball since 5th grade, and I play because it just brings me joy. I play for U14s and sometimes U16s. It's great, it's really fun, very competitive. It makes me feel like I'm home, and it teaches a lot. And overall, it's just a blast.
My name is Anthony Jurtle. I coach the O.W.E. Lady Snipers. It started off, really small. Our kids are unique in that they don't choose to come overseas because their parents get stationed overseas. So they're missing out on a lot of those intense, elite programs that they would get back in the States. And that was the intent of Coach KC, was to just start providing that training for these kids. Our ethics is just outwork everyone. It's in the name. Everybody eats, nobody starves. Train as a family, we live as a family, and that's just what we reiterate every day. I could tolerate failure. The one thing I will not tolerate is quitting. If you commit yourself to something, then you're committed to it. Everything else, it falls in the line of how Coach KC wanted the program set up. This is my first year coaching full-on girls basketball. So a lot of it has been a learning experience for me, because even though I look at them as ball players, not female ball players versus male ball players, to me, if you're on the court, you're a ball player. But it's getting them to understand that they're no different than anybody else. And that's the intent. You can compete. Don't let somebody tell you can't, be a ball player or an elite ball player because you're female. Go out and show them who you are. And getting these girls into the CBL showed them, a different side of basketball other than what they were seeing in the high school. The difference in physicality, intensity, how different groups of girls approach the game different. And it's also trying to get them in touch with other people that they have things in common with.
My name is Zaire. I play for O.W.E. and I play for U12s. I grew up in Germany, but we didn't have a program, so I could only play youth center sports. And there wasn't really any competition until I got here. Being here, I love it because of the competition they bring to the table, and it helps me as a player to get better. My favorite player is LeBron James because He's a pass-first type of player, and he facilitates, and he always brings competition to the table, even when he's hurt. I just come every day with a mentality. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I just come in with a mentality every day and bring the energy to the table. And I really want to do this for myself and my family. My teammates, they're very hardworking. They push me to keep going every day at practice. That's what makes me good, and that's what makes us good as a team. At the end of this CBL season, we'll see who runs this city.